23rd of July, 1970. The end of the afternoon. A cool breeze off the channel. A mackerel sky overhead, and, far out, a column of sunlight falling onto a trawler as if God had picked it out for some kind of blessing. The upper stories of the Regency buildings along the front sit above a gaudy rank of coffee houses and fish bars and knick-knack shops with striped awnings selling 99s and dried seahorses in cellophane envelopes. The names of the hotels are writ large in neon and weatherproof paint. The Excelsior, the Camden, the Royal. The word Royal is missing an O. Gulls wheel and cry. 2,000 people saunter along the prom, some carrying towels and tizer to the beach, others pausing to put a shilling in the telescope or to lean against a balustrade whose pistachio-green paint has blistered and popped in 100 years of salt air. A gull picks up a wafer from a dropped ice cream and lifts into the wind. On the beach, a portly woman hammers a windbreak into the sand with the heel of a shoe, while a pair of freckled twins build a fort from sand and lolly sticks. The deck chair man is collecting rentals, doling out change from a leather pouch at his hip. "No deeper than your waist," shouts her father. "Susan, no deeper than your waist." The air on the pier is thick with the smell of engine grease and fried onions spooned onto hot dogs. The boys from the ticket booth ride shotgun on the rubber rims of the bumper cars, the contact scraping and sparking on the live chicken wire nailed to the roof above their heads. A barrel organ plays Strauss waltzes on repeat. 9 minutes to 5. Ozone and sea sparkle and carnival license. This is how it begins. A rivet fails. One of 8 which should clamp the joint between 2 weight-bearing girders on the western side of the pier. 5 have sheared already in heavy January seas earlier this year. There is a faint tremor underfoot, as if a suitcase or a step-ladder has been dropped somewhere nearby. No one takes any notice. There are now 2 rivets holding the tonnage previously supported by 8. In the aquarium by the marina, the dolphins turn in their blue prison. 12.5 minutes later, another rivet snaps, and a section of the pier drops by 1/2 inch with a soft thump. People turn to look at one another. The same momentary reduction in weight you feel when a lift starts descending. But the pier is always moving in the wind and the tide, so everyone returns to eating their pineapple fritters and rolling coins into the fruit machines. The noise, when it comes, is like the noise of a redwood being felled, wood and metal bending and splitting under pressure. Everyone looks at their feet, feeling the hum and judder of the struts. The noise stops, and there is a moment of silence, as if the sea itself were holding its breath. Then, with a peal of biblical thunder, a wide semicircle of walkway is hauled seaward by the weight of the broken girders underneath. A woman and 3 children standing at the rail drop instantly. 6 more people are poured, scrabbling, down the half-crater of shattered wood into the sea. If you look through the black haystack of planks and beams, you can see 3 figures thrashing in the dark water, a 4th floating face down, and a 5th folded over a weed-covered beam. The rest are trapped underwater somewhere. Up on the pier, a man hurls 5 lifebelts one after the other into the sea. Other holidaymakers drop their possessions as they flee, so that the walkway is littered with bottles and sunglasses and cardboard cones of chips. A cocker spaniel runs in circles, trailing a blue lead. 2 men are helping an elderly lady to her feet when yet more decking gives way beneath them. The shorter, bearded man grabs the clawfoot of an iron bench and hangs onto the woman till a teenage boy is able to lean down and help them both up. But the taller man, with the braces and the rolled-up shirt-sleeves, slides down the buckled planking till he is brought to a halt by a spike of broken rail which enters the small of his back. He wriggles like a fish. No one will go down to help him. The slope is too steep, the structure too untrustworthy. A father turns his daughter's face away. The men running the big wheel are trying to empty each gondola in turn, but those stuck at the top of the ride are screaming, and those lower down are unwilling to wait their turn and jump out, some twisting ankles, one breaking a wrist. On the beach, everyone stands and stares at the hole punched into the familiar view. The coloured lights still flash. Faintly, they can hear the Emperor waltz. 5 men tear off shoes and shirts and trousers and run into the surf. A line of 7 ornamental belvederes runs down the centre of the pier. The western side of this spine is now impassable, so everyone seaward of the fall is squeezing through the bottleneck on the eastern side to reach the turnstiles, the promenade, and safety. At the narrowest point, people are starting to lose their footing and tumble, so that those still upright must either walk on top of them or fall and be trampled in their turn. 60 seconds gone, 7 people dead, 3 survivors in the water. The man with the braces and the rolled-up sleeves is still alive, but will not be for long. 8 people, 3 of them children, are being crushed by the crowd pouring over them. One of the belvederes is listing now, the metal structure being twisted so hard that the 22 glass windows explode one after the other. The pier manager has opened the service gate beside the turnstiles, and escapees are fanning onto the pavement, dishevelled, bloody, wide-eyed. A small boy is being carried in the arms of his father. A teenage girl with a shattered femur sticking through the skin of her right leg is suspended between the shoulders of 2 men.